Hey folks, this is Lucid, and yeah, we're gonna go over some stuff. I got the new turn, and we're gonna be playing these next few turns, probably like the next 4, depending how fast we do them. More like a play by email game, so it's kind of weird. We're basically waiting for next Friday to come around, and in the meantime, we're just gonna hammer out some turns, which will be kind of cool because we can put more thought into it. And there's gonna be a lot more Diplo happening in the background, like this turn. It's about to roll. In fact, it's probably rolling while I'm recording the video. There's been a ton of things happen in Diplo. So one thing was that we have cast, because people gave us the gems too, because they all wanted to see it, and we're doing public Diplo. They gave me gems to cast Eye of the God. So I cast it, and we can now see score graphs. And I posted them in the chat. And yeah, so here they are. And we'll look at them. I know I kind of flashed them up at the end of last episode, but here you can see the rise and fall of Lanka. Lanka was actually number 2 when they started falling. And by falling, I mean everybody dogpiled them. So, rip. I think that's a major concern, I think, is Lanka. And Lanka didn't really have a greedy build. They just didn't have, in my opinion, the main mistake was not having gear on their Pretender yet. And so I'm not sure the way to remedy that, but I mean, because really it's probably a research issue more than like, not having gear on your Pretender. So anyway, I don't know what Lanka does in that particular situation, because they were rushed by Van Heers, and Van Heers are especially good at killing a god, unless that god is very ready to go. Anyway, forts, here we go. You can see we're actually doing pretty solid. We're like number 3 for forts. Income. We're actually not doing that good. We feel very poor. I felt super poor the whole game, but I'm less poor than other people, which I found very surprising. But I feel like my upkeep might be more than other people, because I don't like have sacred mages and stuff. So if you're recruiting non-sacred stuff, you tend to have less disposable income. Anyway, you can see Fomorian and Ctisian are like position 1 and 2 for income. Fomorian, I think, is more scary than Ctisian, because I think the player is a bit more experienced too. Like, this player plays a lot of Dominions. And then, also, Ctisian is a scales nation. So, I think, like, Fomoria is going to be getting more utility out of the income they do have. And I think Fomoria is also a lot bigger. So he's going to have more gem income and stuff too. Gem income, speaking of which, I'm number 1 on. So here we go. I'm very solid in number 1 with Fomoria in a reasonably close second. And then Pangea in 3rd. But a lot of this, I think, was, I guess he put up a global or something. I'm not even sure. That looks like a global. For research, I'm number 1 also. But this is basically what I've been able to do since I've just been chilling out and I have magic scales and haven't really been fighting. Ctisian actually is number 2. Fomoria is not that far behind, and Abyssia is not that far. Oh no, that's Abyssia. The elves are not that far behind. And then Niflheim, a little bit on the struggle bus for research. So is Abyssia. Dominion. You can see we were really struggling. So this is like when I started building all these temples and stuff. I just felt like I couldn't get my Dominion up there, and we were like clearly bottom of the pack. And then through preaching and blood sacrificing and building temples, you can see we just basically forced ourselves up to middle of the pack, like top of the top. We're 3rd now, right? So we're in the top of the pack, but not like super huge. Meanwhile, Ctisian just wrecking Dominion. Army size, pretty interesting. You can see when, here's when Pangea and I bumped. This is Pangea, here's me, I'm this little line. We both kind of wrecked each other. And then Pangea started going crazy again. And then this is when Pangea ran into Niflheim. And he basically got the smackdown. And so with this, the funny thing is, once this graph got posted, everybody immediately ended their nap with Pangea. Because most of what's left is Maenad chaff. So Pangea's in for some hard times. I actually kind of let that shake out for a while. But then I decided to end my nap with Ctisian, who is much bigger than me in terms of army size and all this stuff. And a lot of that's because they have riches from beneath or whatever. But that gets me to this turn. We're going to try to steal riches from beneath. I have alchemized a lot of pearls. And yeah, we're basically going to be casting it with 116 earth gems. And this is going to give me a nice income boost. And I can definitely use the productivity too, like the resource bonus I'm going to get, and crank out some of my Sauromatia knights. And doing this is also going to deny Ctisian, who I'm going to go to war with, a fair amount of income. So all good stuff there. To go to war, so this is what happened. Everybody declared war on Pangea, because Pangea basically lost all their stuff on top of Niflheim's cap. And instead of jumping on the bandwagon, literally like all of their neighbors did. Fomoria, Ctisian, Niflheim was already fighting him. And then I think Abyssia talked about it. Or no, Abyssia did. So basically, I told these guys, hey, I'm not going to declare war on you, but this province we bumped over, can I have it? And if I do that, then I'll go to war against, not only will I not declare war on you, I'll go to war against Ctisian. And so he accepted that. So anyway, we're going to be taking this turn. I have to prepare now for a war with Ctisian, which will be interesting. He's got a croc dog. I don't think he has tarts yet. He's got riches from beneath, which he's going to be using to crank out a ton of units and mages. So anyway, it's going to be hard, but we've got a bunch of tools. So anyway, that's one thing that's happening this turn. The second thing that's happening is we have Queen Hilda, who has transformed into a giant sorceress, and I've kitted her up in this gear, and the gear is to make her... First, I just had this is the only armor I had. I probably wouldn't have put it on for like a major fight, but she's my highest nature mage. Makes sense for her to have it. The armor of Twisting Thorns. We made it a turn ago. It does give a shit ton of encumbrance. It's not great protection. It's not a great armor. But, there's a big but, we have reinvigoration gear. So I got the Amulet of Resilience, I got the Boots of the Messenger. So our reinvigoration, we also have the 2 from the Bless. So our reinvigoration is actually 8. If you it says 10 here with my cursor hovering over it. But you have to subtract out 2, because we're going to be headed down here to fight the throne. And I'll go ahead and show you the script we've got. Hopefully it works. I tested it once because now we're no longer blitzing. I didn't have to change anything. I'm just double checking. What we're going to have to be fighting is this stuff. Which, there's a few things that matter. One is if these guys can hit you, which it's going to be kind of hard, but with 16 piercing, they'll kind of be able to chip through. We are going to get the shit poisoned out of us. And these guys are going to poison us too. These guys have... This isn't going to matter, really. It's AP, but we're going to have 5 fire resistance. We're going to lose our bless, so we're only going to have 5 fire resistance while we're in here. And then these guys are really fast. They're like cavalry, basically. They're going to sprint past all the troops and come hit me. And they're going to be hitting with 10 AP damage. But we're going to have 5 fire resistance, because we're doing, our script, which is... Personal Region, Elemental Fortitude. This is going to give us the fire resistance. And then we're going to do Soul Vortex. And at that point, we're probably not going to be able to be hurt. Then we're going to do Invulnerability, which is going to help against the Scorpions so we don't get hit with their tail and then get poisoned. And then we're going to do Breath of Winter. And we're going to be regenerating a shit ton. We're going to walk in with 200 HP. But basically our real HP in the province is probably going to be like 70. So it's going to go way down before we start regening. Hopefully I don't get too afflicted. I don't think it's likely he dies. If he dies, whatever, I lose the gear. He comes back Twiceborn in a tart form. But he'll come back afflicted, which I don't really want. So ideally, he doesn't die. Then I can put him with a healer, get rid of his afflictions. And then if he dies again... eventually he'll die. He'll come back as a tart. So anyway, that's the play. We're also just kind of getting ready for a war over here with Ctisian. But we had a nap 3, so we can't attack... this turn or next turn or the turn after, but I think we get to issue attack orders the turn after that. So he's going to have a big pile of troops. Let's go ahead and log in and see if we've got a new turn. We do. Okay, we successfully stole riches from beneath. And let's watch this battle. Here goes Queen Hilda. Queen Hilda identifies as a giant sorceress, so she did not feel quite right in that frail human body of an old lady. she knew that she was really deep down inside a giant sorceress, so she was brave, got the change. And now she is just going to bludgeon everybody to death in this province. Now, I think we've gotten... Oh no, we just got invulnerability off, so we're taking a little bit of chip damage. And now they've cast Enrage on us. Which unfortunately means we're not going to finish Woven Winter. Not Woven Winter, whatchamacallit. I can't remember if this berserks us now. Okay, we're regenning now, so they got us under our HP threshold, which is, I guess... Oh, it's 79, but Soul Vortex is taking us up, actually, is what it is. Getting invulnerability up was nice, otherwise we'd take a lot more damage, have a lot higher chance of getting afflicted. And Soul Vortex actually doing most of the killing. A lot of these guys don't have terribly great morale. I think these guys are the Fire Snakes really low? No, the Scorpions are? Yeah, the Scorpions are. So they basically get hit every time. Okay, we got an Affliction, Battle Fright. It's not ideal. But actually, we have a really high morale chassis, so that doesn't exactly matter. Oh, we got Breath of the Winter up. Okay, and that's going to basically stop the attacks. These guys are going to freeze. Okay, I say that, we're getting shit damaged out of us. Okay, they're fatigued out now. Alright, now we got the route. Oh, this is God coming in. What's our poison resistance? 12? That's not even that high. Oh, we got more afflictions. Never healing wound, that sucks. Queen Hilda. I'm gonna bludgeon you to death. Because they're enraged, it kind of wanders around randomly. Well, this is what happens when you get a really good transformation result. Queen Hilda, if you don't walk over there and kill that scorpion, I'm gonna freak out. Randomly walking around. Okay, there we go. So thank God that went well. It went pretty well. We got a never healing wound, which kind of sucks. I don't think we lost anything there. Alright, we got a cult event. I gotta figure out what that does. We lost some PD here. So that's good. So our income was 15 something before, and it's jumped up like 400. So that's pretty valuable. And I guess Satis is making his way over here. And I think what I want to do is get Hilda healed up. So we've got a healer here. And I think I have another healer somewhere. I don't know if she's here. I think I moved her home. I think what I'm going to do is not use her for preaching. I think this is as high as we can preach here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and send this person over here. I need to get another preacher, probably. We're going to keep our disease healers at home, and then what I'm going to do is move this lady who's a healer down here, and we're going to try to focus all healing capabilities on Queen Hilda. But in all likelihood, I'm probably going to, because I can't really blood hunt this province, I'm probably actually just gonna do Blood Feast. I'll get rid of all these. I think that's worth it here. If we get magic phased attacked, it means I'm probably going to die. So I don't want to do that. So if we get magic phased attacked, I think we're going to retreat. But you can see there's a lot of lizards. So fortunately, we're going to be able to just murder the crap out of these lizards. Just lizards, sacred serpents, elite warrior, serpent dancers. Yeah, I mean, we'll just murder these. A couple warrior sorceresses with basic gear and a fluffer will just do horrible things to them. And I've started getting a chaff army here. I'm just getting skeletons because I need some kind of siege chaff. And that is what I've selected. I also need to make, and I think we'll do it with her. I don't know, we might do it with Queen Greta. Queen Greta now needs to stay at home. We're going to make, I need to make this, so my, whatchamacallit, my darkness castings are going to be a bit more economical. And, yeah. I might also give him some blood slaves, like make a blood slave item or something. We're also blood hunting up here, so I've just got these guys in position. I'm going to search, pull these guys off. I need to get another... I think I've got down here... Alright, you're going to come in, we're going to get to blood hunting. And then... I think I need to figure out a place to have another blood hunting province. I'm not totally sure where. We're probably going to use undead as patrol chaff. But we have a shit ton of money now. Oh, no, I lied. No matter how much money we get, we're still poor. I don't know how it's possible to be so poor. Let's see how we jumped on the graph. Okay, we're now equal income to Ctis. Okay, this was our fluffer coming back. Oh wait, do we want to claim... I think we want to claim this throne first. I don't know if this is really worth it. Okay, well, it's probably worth it. I'm going to have to fight Ctis for it. But I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what people are saying in chat. Because I am quite positive they're going to be joking about me taking the throne. Okay, the other thing I need to do... We've got this. There's the Throne of Death here. It's going to give 5 death gems a turn, and it's unfortunately going to lower our growth, which is very, very sad. But... I think we're going to go ahead and claim it regardless. We're going to get more undead here. And then, yeah, Ctis doesn't have a ton of fire, so it's going to be pretty hard for them to do, like, Firestorm or something, especially kind of this early. It's not super early, but turn 40. So if I have a front line of lizards with then undead in the back, I think we're going to be set. So anyway, that's basically what we're going to be doing. I'm probably going to... I might need a couple more food items. You can see here we're supply negative, so I'm probably okay. But I'm going to combine these armies. I need to have Serpent's Blessing up so that my non-sacreds don't get punished. So anyway, we'll do that, and then we will probably march in and go for his cap. And apparently his cap makes a lot of money. He was saying it makes 600 a turn. We'll see. Anyway, I think that's it. There's a few things we're going for. I'm going to kind of do a lot of this offline, but there's a few things we're going for. One is we're going to be aiming for, on our main army, I don't want to be doing micro for like gym movement, so I'm going to try to, as much as possible, have temp gym items for my main army. And so hopefully that will include... I also got this, by the way. This which is going to take the edge off of mass flight and stuff if I cast that every fight. Like if they're going to hit me with communions and other kind of cheese, and just hit them with mass flight, which I will have next turn or in a couple turns. And I also have fog warriors. I can also cast fog warriors. I have to be Air 4, which for her is actually pretty easy because I made a claim of Pearl, so we're just going to do Power of the Spheres, Fog Warriors, and then we're going to be basically immune to all their troops. And we'll also be doing magic, anti-magic, and we have MR in our Bless. Our Bless is 2 MR, so we're going to be plus 6 MR on base, pretty high base MR units. So we're going to be 4 plus 2 is, we're going to be at 21 MR for all our troops. It's going to be kind of nuts. I do kind of want to claim this, but I also kind of don't. It's probably worth it, right? We can't attack this turn. It's probably worth it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and claim it. I want to get this forted up, but I have to, I think, win a conflict with Ctis before I start that effort. Okay, and anyway, I think that that is about it. But we are going to be wrecking their shit. And we now have a bit of money, and if I start winning some of the raiding battles, we'll be in pretty good space. He's going to pillage these, he said, so that's a little annoying. They're not very high income anyway, so I don't think I really care. But yeah, it's just a bunch of garbage. We'll come over and kill it. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I will see you next time.